All right, I feel like everyone could start off a day with some giggles and be happy, so you're welcome for that. We are gonna make
some Play-Doh.
Some Play-Doh. I'm kicking it back to quarantine times, y'all. I busted out my recipe book from quarantine. If you were watching me during quarantine, you know I was crazy baking and cooking and making weird things every day. And I thought it'd be fun to make some Play-Doh. So the babies are watching us. Huh, guys? You watching us? We gotta get started. So first things first, we need 1.5 cups of flour in this. I'll get it. Ready?
Okay. Yes, ready.
Here's the flour, sir.
Now dumping?
Yep. Oh, I think we forgot something.
What?
Be right back.
We
forgot our aprons. Next, we need 1/2 cup of salt.
Dumping? Now mixing?
Not yet. Next, we need 1 1/2 teaspoon of cream of tartar.
I love that.
Say cream of tartar.
Cream of tartar.
Beautiful. Ooh, we need 1 package of Kool-Aid. We had 1 left in our pantry, literally from quarantine. This one is black cherry. Let's see how it smells. How's it smell?
Smells good.
Dump it in there. All right, Flynn, you ready to whisk?
Ready for whisk. Yeah.
Hold on to the bowl with one hand. There you go. Looks good. Next, 1 1/2 tablespoons vegetable oil. 1 cup hot water. I remember this from last time. You have to keep adding flour until it's like not sticky. The beginnings of Play-Doh. And we're gonna do something, it's called kneading. Can you say kneading?
Kneading.
So we're gonna knead the Play-Doh. You do this to bread too. So if we make bread later, we'll do it. Squish it and fold it. And squish it and fold it.
I want to do that.
Squish it, now fold it. Squish it, and then we fold it. Squish it, and then we fold it. Ready for this one? Can I show you the next part? Punch it!
Yeah, can I do?
Good job. Ta-da! You made your very own Play-Doh. It's done. Now you can play with it. Wesley is too strong with those pickles. He bit off a chunk a couple times, and we're watching him like a hawk, obviously, but I don't like digging chunks out of his freaking mouth. Obviously, I'm very paranoid mama, so even though I like that he enjoys pickles, I would rather be safe, so I'm making him a binky, his little smoothie binky, and it has frozen peaches and blueberries and strawberries in here, so this will feel really good for him. It's so funny how things get hectic in a matter of milliseconds in this house. Like we're making Play-Doh and it's all calm, and then all of a sudden Maisie started crying. She was tired, it's time for a nap. She started screaming, and then Wes started biting off a chunk of the pickle. My hands were covered in Play-Doh. Kory dug his fingers to get the pickle out, and we were trying to pick up Maisie and make her a bottle while holding her to console her, and Flynn's like using all the kitchen utensils to get Play-Doh everywhere. The doorbell was ringing, so then Moose starts going crazy because he's a very good guard dog. It's just chaos. But now Maisie's up at nap. Wesley's eating a snack that is safer for my little paranoid mama brain.
These are the desserts we've prepared.
Flynn has prepared some desserts for the family to enjoy today. Delicious, salty. And this is gonna be a great bug catcher because we're out of pickles, so 1 left that I can eat, and then we're gonna put bugs in it. Well, now I'm feeling inspired because I have so much work to do, so the natural thing to do would be to just do things that I don't need to do. What? Oh, he's stuck in the mud. Flynn's having a blast playing with his Play-Doh, but I was looking at my book and I was like, I wanna make cinnamon bread. That stuff's delicious. And I'm gonna teach you guys how. I taught you a lot during quarantine. I don't think I've made this in a long time, so I might do it wrong, but basically all you gotta do is put 4 1/2 teaspoons of yeast in a 1/3 cup of hot or warm water, not too hot, you'll burn your yeast and kill it. And that sits for like 5-ish minutes. So I'm letting that happen right now. 1 cup warm whole milk, 1/2 cup of sugar, 2 large eggs, and 1 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And you mix that all together, and then you slowly pour in anywhere between 5 to 6.5 cups of flour until it's like the right consistency. You start with 3 cups of flour and you slowly add more until it's a soft dough, like you knead it in the kneady thing for like 6 to 8 minutes, and then you let it rise for an hour in a greased bowl, and then I'll show you the rest because that was a lot of information. Okay, so now this is the consistency, like where you can stick it and doesn't stick to your fingies, I think. And then I'm just going to place it in a greased bowl and cover it and let it sit for, I think, a couple hours. I don't remember. Like 1 hour until it doubles. Yeah. Guess what it's time for? There's a fairy floating in our living room right now. Flynn is losing his mind. We have a hairbrush for babies, toddlers, more for toddlers, and a little travel. Oh my God, there's a lot of them. There's literally a fairy floating around. A travel size, this Fancy Pants shampoo or conditioner. So I like it. So I'm gonna try it out. That's all I have right now. But Flynn's hair is thick and tangled, you know, so I thought this would be good because he doesn't like getting his hair brushed. I don't know how this is different than a regular hairbrush, but okay. Anyway. They think they just marketed it to moms and to toddlers to make moms spend more money on it, but I don't think it's any different than just like a regular brush.
Ready?
Oh, oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. I'm looking at her skirt.
Where's he going? Get away from us.
She's gonna go to Wesley, she's going to Wesley. She's going to Wesley. Shoot, shoot, go get it, Flynn, go get it. Okay, it's been over an hour and my bread, or my dough, has risen. I realized I already messed it up. The butter is actually, I said butter earlier and I put butter in it, but the butter is not supposed to go in the dough. I just haven't made this in so long. The butter is actually supposed to go on this part, what I do right now. So there's butter in this dough, so I don't know how that's gonna affect it. So I'm gonna flour my surface. I have a bunch of melted butter and cinnamon sugar here, like a bunch of cinnamon sugar. I'm gonna split my dough in half, roll it out in big long rectangles, butter it, put the cinnamon sugar on it, roll it up, put it in these loaf pans that are pre-greased, and then it has to rise for another 1.5 to 2 hours, and then I can bake it. Okay, they have risen, and so I'm going to butter the top, put more cinnamon sugar on top, put them in the oven at 350 for like 30-ish minutes, and then hopefully we have cinnamon bread. Okay guys, I'm gonna close out this vlog a little bit earlier than I usually do. It's still light outside, but the last like few weeks when I close out the vlog and upload the footage, it's literally like midnight. Then I'm up late, like starting to edit and whatever. And so I was like, maybe I'll try to do it earlier today and see how that feels. So bread is in the oven. Hopefully it works. Hope you guys try it out. I hope you liked watching me. I think all I did today on camera was make Play-Doh and bread. Anyway, let's answer some tortilla talk questions. First one is, I loved your grocery haul. I picked this one because so many people said this. So many people were like, I loved watching you open your groceries because I opened up all my groceries in the last vlog. So I thought that was very interesting. A lot of people were like, show us your groceries more often. I was like, okay. So I don't know, is this vlog channel just turning into a page where like I just literally open up Amazon packages and show you what groceries I got? And I also saw that someone commented about the plastic bags. That's because I got the groceries delivered and I don't know a way to get the groceries delivered not in plastic bags. Like I ordered them. So when we go to the grocery store, we bring our own bags, but yeah, that's why they were plastic bags. Anyway, I know in a lot of places the plastic bags are just like literally banned, but a lot of times I get the groceries delivered because it's way easier than taking 3 kids to the grocery store. Anyway, should I do more grocery hauls? That was so funny to me. I got so many comments about that. Tortilla talk question. This is from Immaculate Kraken? K-Raken? Anyway, so we've already debated the toilet paper roll over and under situation. I prefer toilet paper rolled over. My follow-up question is this: which way does the silverware go in the dishwasher? I was recently at a friend's house and they told me I could grab a clean fork. I was shocked to see the forks and all silverware in the dishwasher basket facing downward. I've always been told they face up. I need to hear more from both sides. This blew my mind. I love discussions like this. It blew my mind because we put them down. And when I read that and thought about it, I was like, wait, that makes no sense. They should be pointing up because wouldn't they get cleaner? Because like if they're going down, there's more space in there to like block them from getting clean. But the reason we do down is because when you're grabbing the forks and knives and whatever to put away, I wanna be able to grab them and be safe. But if knives and forks are poking up, then you're gonna hurt yourself. Also, spoons and forks and everything poking up, like I don't want people's hands on the part of the silverware where I eat. Do you know what I mean? So like if the forks and spoons are pointing up and you grab like the fork or the spoon from the like eating part and not like the stem, it's just more convenient to put them away. okay if they're all facing down. That's why I put them down. But it does seem like they would get cleaner if they were faced up. That's my logic, but I don't know. What do you guys do? Please tell me in the comments, because now I'm very curious if this is a controversial topic. So do you put your silverware down or up in a dishwasher? If you have a dishwasher. I didn't have a dishwasher until I think this house my whole life, so it feels like a total luxury. Morgan said, Tortilla Talk question, a few weeks ago I remember you talking about days of the week and what colors they are and how different things just give off different vibes and or colors. So I was just wondering if you think that people just radiate certain colors. If so, what color do you think matches your personality the best, as well as Eric and the kids? Kind of weird question, but I think it's fun. I love this question. So yes, I do think people and things give off a color. Like Daisy to me is lavender. Like for sure she's lavender. Eric, the first thing that comes to mind is like a dark green or like a maroon. I don't know why, but like a dark green was the first thing I thought of. Flynn, I think of yellow, like bright and happy, and like, yeah, Flynn to me is very yellow or like a bright orange, something like that. Maisie is very pink to me, not because she's a girl. She's just like this like vibrant, happy, sweet little girl. Wesley, I say he's like a green too. I'm thinking of like fall colors for Wesley, like an olive green and like a deep orange, like fall colors for Wes. Maisie, I think of like bright purples and pinks and teals and like more fun, vibrant colors. And Wesley's more like calming fall colors. And Flynn is like bright yellows, and yeah, but like, I totally think of colors when I think of people, like 100%. Does anyone else do that? Because I fully do that. I could do that with anything though. You could show me anything. You could show me food, a bedroom, like you could show me, I mean, there are colors in bedroom, but you could literally say anything and I would have a color immediately that I think of when you say that thing. Does anyone else do that? I love that. Why is that? Anyway, I loved this. Heidi said, question, have you tried frozen breast milk popsicles for teething? My niece has a teething baby girl, says it's the one thing she found that really works to soothe them. I haven't thought of that yet, but that's genius. So I'm totally gonna do that. Thank you for the recommendation. I don't pump anymore, I'm done. I just finished pumping, but I do have a bunch of frozen breast milk, so I'm gonna try to make some popsicles for them. Okay, Jennifer said, do you ever feel like quitting YouTube? I get that question often, and then she also said, also, does Flynn ever use the tiny door in his closet? I get that question a lot too. Flynn only uses the tiny door in his room if we are playing with him and we kind of encourage it. Not like he wouldn't, it's just like we'll be like, oh, let's go through the secret door, and he'll be like, oh yes. And that's kind of the only scenarios in which he uses it. Other than that, he never really goes through it. But he doesn't play a lot in his room. His room's pretty tiny and there's not a lot of like floor space to play on in his room. So he usually just plays downstairs all day. He's rarely upstairs. He kind of only uses his room for sleeping. He's not really in there very much, but like, yeah, he's used it a few times, but not very much. I think it would be more like we would use it a lot if we lived here for a long time and the babies were a little bit older and all three of them could like sneak into each other's rooms. So that's that. And then, do I ever feel like quitting YouTube? No, but yes, but no. I never want to quit YouTube. I love this job. I love YouTube. Sometimes I've been doing YouTube for like 14 years or something like that, crazy. And it's such a huge part of my life. I cannot imagine my life without it. Yeah, I cannot imagine my life without YouTube because it's such a huge part of who I am and how I process things in life. Of course, this is my job, like, right? Like this is a job I've had for over a decade. It's so much more than a job because obviously, you know, over the years, I've had all these different communities that have started to watch my videos and interact with me and stuff. And it's become like such a huge part of me as a human being and how I process and become okay with things or feel things. Like if I feel upset or sad or who is she? Oh, it's Eric. I'm vlogging. What's that? You made me. This seems like it was prompted. It wasn't.
Stage.
He made me pizza bagels. Are you and Flynn making pizza bagels?
No, I just wanted to do.
That's so nice. And even a flower? That's so nice. Thank you.
I love you.
I love you too. That was really sweet. That was so unexpected and sweet. I'm gonna eat that in a second. So basically what I was saying is that like if I feel any sort of extreme emotion, whether it's super happy, really confused, really devastated, I try to process my emotions internally and I often feel like I just need to get them out. Of course, I can go to my husband and Kory or family and talk to them about my feelings, and I usually do. I also feel like I need to get it all out to you guys because it helps me so much able to hear from other people who are going through the same things, who've given me advice on how they've gotten through hard times or wonderful times. My bread is done. Oh no, this is big drama. Okay, I'll finish what I'm saying and then go get my bread. I hope my bread doesn't burn. But I just feel like it's a huge part of my healing process. And this might sound, I think a lot of people will judge this, honestly. I think a lot of people will think that there's something wrong with that, or that it's weird that like a huge part of me as a human being and part of my personality is that like I need to and am excited to express how I'm feeling online. I think a lot of people would think there's something wrong with me because of that, but I don't really care if people think that, because I know that like I do it because it makes me happy to find other people who feel the same way as me and to be able to communicate with them and experience life with them. I don't know, I feel like I've grown so much as a person because of the internet, and I will continue to. I will continue to fall apart in front of you and make mistakes in front of you and succeed in front of you, and all the things that happen with life I'll continue to do in front of you guys, and you can help me become a better person and hold my hand through hard times. Like I really feel that way, and it sounds weird and kind of cringy, honestly, to say like, oh, if I feel like I need to cry, a lot of times I want to grab my camera and talk about it and cry. I feel like if I ever heard someone say that, I'd be like, ew, you want to grab the camera when you start crying? Like you just want to like be dramatic and get views or something like that. Like that's kind of how it sounds. But for me, like literally, if only 5 people watched and one of those 5 people was able to say like, hey, I know how you feel, thank you for sharing this. It's literally, I don't even think about that. I don't think about like, oh, I'm gonna cry and I'll get views, or oh, I'm so excited about this is gonna get me views. Like I don't think about titles or thumbnails at all until like I'm uploading the video, and then I'm like, oh, what should I title this vlog? It's not even a part of my brain when I'm doing these vlogs. When I'm vlogging, I'm just talking about my experiences and my feelings, and it helps me to just human. It helps me to be human. It helps me to, I don't know, live life. I cannot imagine how I would process life without it. I know it's possible because I did it my whole life before YouTube, and everyone on the planet does it. The positives of being on YouTube so outweigh the negatives most days for me, and I don't know, I really love sharing my life online, and so that's how I feel about it. I hope not, but there have been many times in my career where I've been like, maybe I'm done, maybe this is it for me, like maybe I need to move on to something else, or you know, things like right now, like TikTok is so popular, and that's like kind of the main app that people go to. People don't go to YouTube like they used to, you know, back 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. Everyone, you wake up and you go to your subscriptions and you see what everyone posted, and everyone's posted a new video and you watch all your videos for the day. And now it's like everyone I'm subscribed to doesn't even really post anymore, and it's not as, I mean, maybe I'm just subscribed to the wrong people, but like I feel like people don't watch it as much, I feel like, as they do TikTok and other places. So part of me sometimes I'm like, oh, maybe I just switch over to somewhere else because maybe YouTube is like dying out. I don't know. I can't imagine a world where I would just be like, I'm done with YouTube, and like leave it flippantly like that. Like it would be a really, really hard, painful decision for me to leave YouTube because like I said, it's such a huge part of my personality and who I am and how I identify and how I express myself and how I am creative. It's like a creative outlet. It's an emotional outlet. It's a way for me to feel less alone. And that's what YouTube was when I started. I know it's a lot different now, but like when I started, YouTube and YouTubers were like, I feel like it was a place where you could find someone who's kind of like you, who's different, and like you finally found someone that you connected to and was similar to you, or I don't know. Am I making any sense? I feel like I'm not making any sense. But anyway, I hope to never have to quit YouTube, but it is something that I think about sometimes, about like, I don't know what the future holds for this platform, and I don't know what's next really with YouTube. I know the things that I want to do on it, and I know the things that I want to do in my career, but I don't know. I'm not planning on it, but if I do, I do. But anyway, yeah, even my therapist is like, when I go through things that are really hard, she's like, have you talked about this on your vlogs yet? I know that's really helpful for you. I'm like, no. When I think about the most pivotal moments in my life in the last few years, the things that got me through it was you guys and the comments that you post, and you guys have helped me through so many hard times, and I'm so appreciative. I don't know, I feel like I'm rambling and not even really making any sense, but this is really good. It literally makes me happy and excited to share my life with you guys. So thanks for sticking with me and being here for the ride for who knows how long it's gonna be. It is harder and harder every day, like keeping up with posting videos and being a mom and trying to keep up with all the other aspects of my career, but I'm trying my best, and who knows, maybe I'll stop someday, but it's not a decision that I would take lightly. Leave a question for Tortilla Talk for tomorrow, and yeah, I'll see you later. Bye.
You can relax. Colleen and Eric have a podcast. The world is scary and we're locked in our home, but now we have big microphones, so you can relax. That's the name of our podcast.